as requested by a couple of people. Some people wanted to see the workshop that I'm currently working in now from home, just as a view to show people the sort of setups that others have got and the space they make use of, because some people think you're set up in an awesome massive shop already, but truth is you just struggle with the space you got. So here we are in the garage. Before I had a lot of this bigger equipment, I used to fit one car in here and work on it as and when I could. Put stuff up in the air. I've had quite a lot of cars and projects I've done for people in here over the last few years, but as soon as I started getting some of this bigger machinery and the milling machine and bits and bobs, the cars had to go, and I've just stuck to jobs that I can do sort of on the bench, or if it's the odd day job, I can put the car on the driveway, but I don't want to leave anyone else's car on the drive. So yeah, here's the machines we got. We've got, this one was only recently acquired. This is the Bailey box pan folder. I can use it where it is. I have to open the garage door, and I don't have the counterweights on there. They're currently tucked under the way out there with broken Skyline gearboxes and casings and machine skates and bits and bobs. We've got the 4 foot by 2 foot plasma cutter here, Hypertherm 45 XP, which gets plugged in to these big sockets over here, and that one goes up and over to the milling machine. Some 3mm steel. We've got containers that the end mills come in from the auctions. Spare Bridgeport variable speed head, more gearbox parts, heavy duty table which holds the Norton number 8 fly press. I picked this up for, I think it was only about 250 quid. These things go quite cheap, and the bigger normally the cheaper because they're so awkward to move. Got one of the home base 72-inch ultimate toolboxes. For 450 quid you can't go wrong with these things. More of the milling cutters that I haven't had a chance to sort through from the auction. We've got the hose crimping machine, which is for doing these Brown & Miller Motorsport lightweight hoses and brake lines and odds and sods. We've got all the tooling for that in these drawers. A whiteboard, any notes, any jobs, height gauge there, indicator, granite surface plate with just a bit of alley to protect it on top, some collets. There's the Bridgeport milling machine. It's all right here. To be fair, I try not to use it if I can because it takes me longer to clean up than it does to do the job. We've got the JD Squared Model 32 roll cage tubing pipe bender there, tubing bender, sorry. This is now on the electric hydraulic conversion, which I've not used it since I put that on it because we just haven't had any working for that, and I'm not doing any roll cage work or anything like that until I've got a workshop. I did it on the driveway once, a full cage, and I'm not doing it again. We've got the arbor press here, big ratcheting arbor press. That's a good bit of kit, and we've got the 2 computers. This one we use for the Mac 3 on the plasma, and this one is for everything else, for the internet and the solid edge and all the general stuff like that. Toolbox. This is all my main tools. The other toolboxes I've got were bought afterwards and get kept in different places. General toot lying around everywhere. So yeah, this is one side of it. Let's show you the other part. Out in the garden. And there's the shed that I do all the welding in. Got this up to keep the dog off the mud at the minute. Nice little pond. And here's the rest of the stuff. So this is I think this is 12 foot or 6 foot maybe, this shed. Might be 8 foot, I can't remember now. But we've got the lathe here, the Harrison. Got this ages ago as a complete restoration project, rusted solid, not really working. I use these multi-fix tool holders, got lots of them, some hung up on the wall. I haven't hung these ones up because I know I'm moving, so I'm not going to go to the effort to do it. So this is clean, but yesterday, after doing some machining, the place was an absolute state. I've got a saw on the floor at the minute because when I'm running a bit of tube to cut, it's the only space I've got when I'm cutting big stuff. show you here, we've got a bench grinder with polishing wheels on it. To be fair, it hasn't got any bollocks. As soon as you put something against it, it wants to stop. But I've now got the double spindle polisher at the other place, which is fine. Here's the old Stakes' 600mm folder that I used to use. Done me well, to be fair, but obviously you're limited on your size. We've got, what's this, a Sealy pillar drill. Again, it's okay for smaller stuff, but it hasn't got any bollocks to it, and it will just stall itself and get stuck. But it was 60 quid about 7 years ago, and that's all I had, and it's done me till now, and it still works fine. It's just a case of not really having the balls to do anything heavy duty. Another machine Marc tool, Clark belt sander. Again, these are okay. They're all hobbyist tools. They're okay. But if you're doing anything, put too much force on it, you can stop it. But you do stop it. Got some containers here. Stainless offcuts, aluminium. There's a load of taper shank drill bits in here. Mild steel offcuts. And we've got boxes with stock, offcuts, bar, handle, plate, anything gets thrown in there because you never know when you're going to need it. It's the water cooler for the Artec. It's a 210 EXT welder, AC/DC. To be fair, it's done me really well. It is one of the cheaper brands, but they've got great custom service. And the reason I went with them is because they were doing 0% finance. I think I've got it 0% finance for, I think it was 18 months maybe. Might have even been 24. But for what I paid from it, I decided to buy this instead of paying for a full exhaust system to be made by someone else. And then I done the exhaust myself, really happy with it, and then the welder's paid for. And then I own it, and that's when I got into doing a few jobs for other people when they asked. And it sort of spiralled from there. We've got faceplate there for the lathe. There's the little fixture jig for the merge collectors, LPS Fab. It's a wastegate off the job I'm doing now. General tut, hole saws, nuts and bolts. Another messy toolbox. This has got sort of my micrometers in it. Lots of taps and dies. Allen keys, some more tut, 6-ton press, a couple of cordless tools and a charger, a little arbor press. These will be filler rods over the back in these tubes. I tend not to put the lid on, but the lids slide over to keep the dust off, but you always forget. There's my welding lid, and this is the welding table. You can't really see it. It's one of the first welding projects I did, to be fair. I done some nice MIG on this, I was quite happy with that. But, this had the KINZY Motorsport in the front of it from when I was going by that name. And I'm currently, there's the jig for the manifold I've been doing, and I'm basically doing master copies of these for when I ever, if I ever, do any more. So I've cut all the individual pieces there, and I'll do that on each one. And then I've got a copy. So that's my little shed. It's not a huge space, and you kind of have to do one job at a time and tidy up as you go, because if not you end up with crap everywhere, and half the time that is the case. But it's not a huge space, but you make do with what you got. It's much bigger than some people have got, and it's a lot smaller than some people have got. So yeah, it'd be nice to get out and have this sort of stuff separate, the lathe and the mill somewhere else, and then the workshop, and have just a bit more space to do jobs without tripping over yourself. But if you wanted to see where I work now, and this is it. So thanks for watching. I'll see you soon, and hopefully next time it'll be when I'm moving all this into a different place. See you later.